Well, today is the day that we mount the bumper. Here is two of my plates that we're going to use to hold this bumper on. And we're just going to do a little bit of trimming before I get the bumper on. I would like to cut it so that that fits through there to help hold this bumper on. That's what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm going to get a marker. I'm going to mark that side. I'm going to get this wire wheel back on the grinder, clean this frame up, and cut that one out as well, so that I can get nice welds and everything like that. That gives me an inch between plates and makes it so that the frame is going to be nice and clean so I can get my bumper on it. So I'm going to switch out the grinder to the zip cut, cut the spots for the 3x6, and then we're going to go from there. So we got the bumper tacked on. I did get it a little longer. If I want to cut it down at the show, I can cut it down at the show. I don't think I'm allowed to bend it back. It would be nice to kind of put a little bit of an angle on it backwards, so that way it kind of like scoots cars away from my tires, but I'll see all that when I get there. I'm going to be bringing a half decent sized welder there, so if I do need to change things, I can change things at the show. But we're just going to weld across the tops. We're going to hit it with a sludge hammer just to make it so it's flush, as tight as we can get it to the frame rails, so there's not this little space. See the space? And then once we do that, then we'll be welding on our 3x6 plates on the side, and then we will be welding our 3x6 plates on the top as well. So it's because we are allowed two sides. So we got the bumper on. We have our 3" by 6" plate there. We have our 3" by 6" plate here. I finally got that welder to do some half decent welds. So kind of happy about that. And this side here I had a little bit hotter. But some fine, ow, it's still a little warm. Still some half decent welds. Now there's something that we are allowed to do at this show that we are not allowed to do here in Canada, and that's put mesh in front of this. So I do have that mesh that's been there for a while. We're gonna take this mesh and we're gonna try to hammer it in there and get it to where we want it, and then just kind of bolt it in, hopefully, and see how well this goes. I'm allowed 4 3/8 bolts to hold that thing in. So let's try to get that in there and get that thing bolted in. I can't weld it, so we'll have to see how this does. So this is pretty new to me, being able to run the Radiator guard like this. I like it. I get that this is economy class. I think there's a lot more that can be done with this guard to make it better. If I was able to maybe weld it to the bumper, that would be a huge, huge thing that would be kind of amazing. But I don't think we're allowed to do that. It says it can be in front of the rad support. I don't think it can be welded to the bumper. Maybe if I could take it and wrap it around the rad support and then bolt it on the back side, that would make it a little bit better. But the rules say it must be mounted in front of the radiator, and that's in front of the radiator. We are going to take a Camry factory AC piece and put it in the front of this. Don't know if it's going to do much, but it's going to do something. And then we can start putting our radiator into this. So we got the bumper on, we got the plates on. I've tried to put a factory Toyota Camry AC condenser inside this, and it just didn't fit with how banged up the factory lower mounts are to this. I did put my little Honda Civic radiator in it. I am probably going to cut this out just a bit so that that fits in there a little bit better. Going to put some foam in there and some seat belts, and then this is pretty much done. Got lots of wiggle room with the hoses. And yeah, so that's pretty good. That was my goal for today, was to have the bumper on. I might have to trim the bumper down when I get there, but we'll have to see. I don't really like my bumper this long because it likes to have a tendency of getting caught on other people's cars. But this thing is actually starting to look mean. The list of stuff to do to it is getting smaller and smaller every day. I need a new driver's side spindle because this one's bent. I need to get my double tires on. I need to reinforce these tie rods because I noticed that in the rules that we're allowed to do. I have to finish up the radiator. I have to chain the motor down. I have to cut holes for the hood. I got to put a different battery into it. I got to make it so all my doors close and stay closed. I got to finish seat belting, paint, tires. The list is getting smaller, but there's still quite a list left to do on this. So thanks for watching, everybody. I got pretty far on this thing today. Kind of happy with how it went. We still have to put some seatbelt and 9-wire around the bumper to the rad support so it doesn't fall off as well. That is actually the rules for this place. But But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this thing is going and how far we've actually kind of gotten. I've been under a little bit of stress to get this thing done, but I think it's actually going to make it. And then we can start getting our other stuff ready for mini meltdown, like our tent, our barbecue, our food, our tools, our toolboxes, our passports. The Cushman, I'd like to put a solar panel on the top of it to help charge the batteries, pack generators, welders, tools. There's going to be a lot to do. And I still have Caledon the weekend before this, so and I have to get ready for that derby as well. So thanks everybody for watching. We are trying to get stuff done. We're just running out of time, and it's going to get done though. But this front end, look how aggressive this thing looks. I'd hate to have that coming at me inside the derby ring. I really would. Well, I'm just finishing up this video with a final build update on it. I bought an air compressor to take with me, a Milwaukee battery-powered one to fill up these back tires. We have our gas tank rubber mounted. We're going to pack a spare gas tank just in case something happens to this one. We have our oil filter. Oh, look at that. There's a Milwaukee in there. Get you out of there. I built a custom battery bracket last night just to hold the positive and the alternator. Underneath the hood, we have our Honda Civic radiator put in. I do have to fill it with water. I do want to change up the ratchet straps, but I'm probably going to do that when I'm there because I'm probably going to have a little bit of time. The two front doors still open. They're just going to be seat belted, so I'm just going to leave those open until I pass tech and able to get everything tied down and fitted inside the car. The back end looks great. The front end looks great. I don't think I'm missing too much, if anything. I still have to pack a whole bunch of tools and repair parts, struts, stuff like that. But yeah, as of right now, I think there's going to be a couple things that they don't like, and I'm going to think there's a couple things that I don't like when I'm going to get there, and I'm going to change it. But we still have plenty of time for that. So the car is built. We're heading down to Mini Meltdown here tomorrow morning. Josh's car just got the motor put in it last night, so he's running a little bit behind. But he says he's going to make it. I'm hoping. I was hoping to leave here by about 10 a.m. tomorrow, and he's saying he wants to leave here by about 12 or 1, and that's his house. So that puts him at my place around 1:30. Sorry, 2:30, which is kind of a little later than I wanted to leave, but we'll have to see. But thanks for watching, everybody. All these build videos will be up after the demolition derby, so make sure you guys watch and check to see how I did, because I love having you guys watch me, and it's a real connection when you guys can watch the car being built and then smash it. There's not too many people out there that document their builds like I do, just because I like to keep you guys informed. You know what? Building a car like this is something that your family can do, you and a husband and wife can do, your friends, your family. And yeah, it's a kind of a big building experience, so I want to build it with you guys because you're my experience right now. So thanks everybody for watching, and make sure that you tune into Derby Tees. It'll be way over by this time this video is posted, but I'll have hopefully I can have somebody film for me, and you guys can see me smash this thing up on in Morris, New York, which is about a 7.5 hour drive from my house with no border delays. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you back here tomorrow on Zach's Workshop.